Rock Leap Studios.
I'm out of time and all I got is 4 minutes. 4 minutes, yeah. I'm out of time and all I got is 4 minutes. 4 minutes, yeah. I'm out of time and all I got is 4 minutes. 4 minutes, yeah. I'm out of time and all I got is 4 minutes. Come on.
Well, if God did that for the people of Israel, then maybe he'll do it for me. What's it gonna do for me? Maybe he'll do it for me. Oh, don't waste your time thinking that the children of Israel were so, they just lacked faith. I wish I could have been down there. I wish I could have seen that ocean part. I believe in Jesus. Wait, not Jesus because he's not here yet. So I believe in, I deny for the rest of my life. Let me tell you something. One time Adonai, Adonai just said to me, today's service is going to be real simple. It's only 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes. You can't say anything for 4 minutes.
All you gotta do
is bring a little pop tent and sit in there.
It's only 4 minutes.
Put your timer on 4 minutes. And when the 4 minutes is over, then you can unzip and tell everybody, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, go home and Adonai bless you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'll tell you something, if you're trying to build a ministry, if you're trying to grow a ministry, Adonai is not trying to grow a ministry. He's trying to hone in on 2 or 3 who will gather in his name. I said, I don't understand it, but I'll do it. I then got my little puppet, didn't say a word. Everybody's like, hallelujah, praise the Lord, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat. It's the same thing wherever you go. It's either hallelujah or it's Shabbat Shabbat. It's the same thing everywhere. I make up the tent, I go inside. It was the longest 4 minutes of my life. In 2 minutes, people were like, hello, hello, what's going on? Is the service is over? Half the people got up and they left. It was like, there's no service today. Hello, hello, people are shaking the tent. I said, my God, Adonai. He wouldn't let me leave until it was over. There was only maybe like 1/3, maybe 1/4 of the people left. We came to hear an anointed word. What's it gonna do for me? God will set you up. Stuck in the tent.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Break down.
I said, I don't get this. Half of the people are gone. Now what?
Tick tock, tick tock.
He says, now tells him, don't ever make fun of the people of Israel. They lost their mind after 40 days. You could handle 4 minutes.
I only got 4 minutes. Save the world.
Unhappy, uneasy, dissatisfied, there is a great disturbance, causing affliction, to this frail and broken mind.
Baby, Hello. Welcome, Mark Brooks.
Let's go. Bring it. So we're going to play a game here.
Okay.
Before you answer, we're going to play a game. The game is called Stupid or Liar. So
Okay.
either you were too stupid to realize what I would type was sarcastic, or you're going to say you didn't realize it was sarcastic and you're lying. So pick one.
Stupid.
Everything is stupid. Everything is stupid. I think to Mark. Everything is stupid. Or maybe just time. Mr. Mark not to drop, but prefers to break the lines and the lies. He is mad all the time. He's an alcoholic or maybe psychotic. If you watch very quick, look at his singer from the sea. Everything is stupid. Everything is stupid. Ask it to Mark. Everything is stupid. If you bother to try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me what to do. Everybody's ruined. Strangers suffers. Everyone's stupid. Have it on Mark. Used to be handsome. Feels one crazy that Charles Manson. Told you a Nazi. Did have the opportunity to question everything, including masculinity. He told you toxic, like a real feminist. And that's mandatory for he's the employee. 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 He's the employee.
You look like teenage Nazi Santa Claus.
I'm very much a Nazi, aren't I? Sure.
Hey, you said it.
Yeah.
You said it.
You called me Nazi Santa Claus before. I must be a Nazi.
Listen, Ethan. Here's the deal.
Everything is stupid. Everything is stupid. Ask it to Mark. Everything is stupid. Or maybe just that.
Bell Red, Moonshine, and Twitless.
Stupid.
Micah, Oz, and Liam.
Stupid.
Skyver, Ralph, and Klein.
Veritas.
Hey, Dollar, TJ, and Java.
Stupid.
George, Gip, and Chris.
Stupid.
Sheila, Summer, and Saggy. Dylan, Daria, and Vic.
Stupid.
Nasser, Doug, and Mike.
Very stupid.
Listen, sociopath, you narcissistic sociopath, I've told you, I'm not debating you anymore. You want me, come see me. I got you covered. I got you, my friend. And if I don't ever see you, I'm going to assume it's you who's the coward and the woman. Come see me, my friend. I'm bigger than you, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
I am. Well, I mean, not physically. That's not possible.
Ahoy, mateys! 'Tis I, Captain Horatio Honeyflakes, and I be here to tell you about me newest crowdfunding campaign. The adventures continue with me crew, the Mighty Mascots, in issues 7, 8, and 9. Just focus your looking glass on the amazing artwork of Ian Warianto and Anton Bondi. Me crew, the Mighty Mascots, are up against some scurvy scallywags, and we need ye help to defeat them. There be a bounty of exclusive treasure, only available here, where X marks the spot. I spy a huge coffer of bonuses and stretch goals on the horizon. Then please consider pledging so we can continue these adventures with the weirdest crew I ever had the pleasure of sailing with. Mascots Unleashed!
Unhappy, uneasy, dissatisfied, there is a great disturbance, causing affliction to this frail and broken mind.
The sound of the rushing wind come breathe on us again.
The children of Israel had left Egypt, and they find themselves near a great big mountain.
Use your light throughout our souls.
Moses goes up this mountain, and fire
Rush
starts coming down. And the word of God was written by the finger of God and given to Moses on the mountain, Mount Sinai. And Moses is amazed by this. And here's the people down below, and this is all connected. When Moses comes down, and what are the people doing down below on the mountain? They're worshiping a golden calf. They're being told that this is the God that delivered you from Egypt. You remember that? They were doing all kinds of horrible things, and Moses is like, my God, how could this be possible? Aaron, what happened? Aaron's like, I don't know, man. I'm just sitting there, and this whole thing just came out of the fire. I don't know. You know, it's funny. God calls the first high priest to be so messed up. If Aaron can be the high priest, come on, somebody. Glory. Anyway, so there they are. And Moses breaks the commandments. You remember the story, right? And Moses says, you know, those who are with the Lord, come on my side. And those who are not with the Lord, stay on that side. And the Levites took a sword and they went through the camp and they started killing people left and right. And the scriptures actually tell us how many Israelite men died on that day. Anybody remember what that was? 3,000 men died. Over here, 3,000 men, Israelites, died for disobedience on the time that the glory of God came on the mountain. Well, let's go forward in time, because exactly 50 days after after the resurrection, there was 120 believers in the upper room. And the same fire that came down that mountain was coming in an upper room. And the same word of God that was once written on stone was now being written in our hearts. And Peter went outside and he began to preach to the multitude. And on that day, 3,000 men accepted the kingdom of heaven. They accepted it because God was saying, the letter kills, but the Spirit gives life. These were just Jews celebrating the giving of the commandments on Mount Sinai on Shavuot, which was later on translated to the day of Pentecost. This is your heritage. This isn't the birth of a church. This is an awakening of a people.
Okay. Testing. Is Diana there? I don't think she is. She actually came up to see what was going on. I don't know what happened there. That was weird, but we're live. Sort of. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tim. Hi, Rick. And anybody else out there right now? Very slow night. Diana. She's left me hanging here. But who knows what she's up to. Anyways, so Man Guy 3. Man Guy Yushoken, issue 3. All the artwork's done now. We're in the final stages of coloring it. We've started issue 4. Oh, yeah, she's up here somewhere. I can hear her roaming around. So we'll wait just a moment for Diana. Yeah. Well. I think she's coming down the stairs. Diana! Oh, yeah, she's definitely messing around. Anyways, guys. Yeah, well, I'm hanging in dead air. She's rushing down the stairs. You should hear it. Ponk, conk, conk. Put up The Great Cyclopean. I believe it's episode 9 tonight, or 8 or 9. Yeah. That's been ongoing weekly since January. Got that up. Trying to think. There's got to be other stuff happening, right, Diana? I know it's only like this close to her office from my office. So I'm not sure what's going on. No, I have a ponytail in, yeah. Yeah, this is just how I dress on the day, and I haven't changed down. Haven't dressed down. Diana! I don't know, guys. Maybe I should restart the stream. I could play that pre-show clip again, but that only goes so far. Well, you're not in the stream. I am here doesn't count. Hello? I see you. I'll remove you. Do you want me to remove you? Okay, so now it's just me. Hey, Terry, what's up? I don't know what's going on. Diana's not live. And I'm probably going to kill the stream if she doesn't come live like in the next 30 seconds.
I'm here.
Diana?
I'm here.
Wow, that was like the longest down the stairs to the office I've ever seen.
I lost the tab. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I couldn't find the StreamYard tab. It had gone over to the other screen. Never mind. I'm here. I'm sorry. But I went upstairs to find out. I'm okay. I went upstairs to find out because the stream had went black and we didn't know what was going on. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry.
So Man Guy Yushoken issue 3 is being finally completed, which leaves only 4. When are we going to launch this baby?
We have to get a date. We have to get a
Yep.
date.
We have to decide on a goal, a total.
Mm-hmm. Well, we already kind of. Oh, yes. Would you like to present that to everybody?
I don't know. Hang on, let me check something. Talk for a minute.
Okay, I'm talking for a minute. Hello, Dark Blocks. I have to. Let's see. I can't type here for some stupid reason, so I have to go into YouTube so I can do my greetings. So, anyways, we are trying to set a date to start up the Man Guy Yushoken. He is just about done, so I think it's very important, Christopher, that we do it rather quickly.
Do what rather quickly?
Set a date.
Well,
I said,
but like how quickly? We sat down, we figured out a little bit about tiers and stuff, but I don't know what we're doing with it.
Well,
yep, she says.
Yes. What's that?
I said, yep, you say?
Yes.
Yup.
So, you need to tell me because you are the one that's doing the whole thing. We just have to get on some shows. I did talk to a few people, and they just need to know when we're launching so they can get us on their schedule.
That's so funny. Okay. I don't know. I was thinking like we should ask for like $1.7 million, but I'm trying to figure out how much exactly. I want to go for $1 higher than Ethan Van Sciver's highest total.
Why? Because it would be funny.
Well, because if you're gonna be the best, you gotta beat the best, right?
I don't know.
The best crowdfunder I know is Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, well,
in comics
I
at
don't know.
least. I think it's 1.3
Well,
million.
maybe you can put it out to the chat. So Chris
It's out
thinks it
there.
would be a great idea to
And it could be a
start.
flexible goal. So if we get just a little under, it won't matter.
If we just get a little under the million or so.
Yeah, you know,
then
like if we only make
just-
1.2 million, we'll still be able to deliver those books.
You have high expectations for this book. Is that what you're trying to say?
I do.
I know you do.
But you know
You're
what they
so
say,
funny.
aim high. You know?
Yeah. I
You
think
don't know that, do you?
Well, no, I know. So the whole, it's kind of
The chat's
Is
kind
it
of
like-
speechless about it. Hi,
it
Dark
kind of
Block,
like
by
a-
the way.
what's that?
I was saying hi to Dark Block.
Oh yes. So by asking this humongous amount,
Right.
it's funny, right?
Is it?
I don't know. Is that why you're doing
Come on,
it?
you don't think we could hit it? 60 days, you don't think we could hit 1.3 million?
No, I'll be
Why?
quite honest with you, because we haven't in our campaigns hit in the thousands at this point. So I don't know
Hey, look,
why we
our
would do that.
highest campaign has been 700 and some odd dollars. I think maybe 900.
A little bit. Yep. So both Rick and Terry wanted to let you know that Eric July is over 3 million. So if you're going to do
Yes, but he's not crowdfunding. He sold
Yes,
his
he
straight from his
was.
site.
Crowdfunding, he was.
No, he wasn't. If you ask him, he'll say he wasn't crowdfunding.
Okay, well, I don't really have any information on it, so I can't really speak.
I'm
But
serious. Go ask Eric July himself.
I
What he
don't
did
want
was
to.
he did pre-sales on his website,
Yeah.
and I think he actually took payment through PayPal. And then he just started shipping. I think he's probably still shipping, to be honest.
But you thought this would be a great idea by asking for a mighty dollar amount, correct?
Right. Let's go for gusto.
Okay.
I always go for like 500.
Okay.
Maybe people's expectations are like that's too low of a price.
Okay. So let's just up it to like a few million. So you've gone from 500 to a few million.
Not a few million, 1.3 and $1.
Okay.
You
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to tell you you can't. That's for sure.
don't think that would be a great idea?
Not really. No, I didn't like it when you presented it originally, but if you really want to do it, that's fine. I personally don't find it humorous, but so let's ask the chat. What do you guys think? If Chris wants to, put his campaign up for whatever dollar amount he just said in the millions.
1.3 million plus $1.
Yeah. So what? Okay. So
So that would
sounds
be
like he's being-
1,300,000 and $1.
Yeah. So that's what he wants to do. And I
Hey, if I use William, my name is even bigger. Christopher William Damulevich. That's a lot of letters.
okay. So I don't know where he's going with this, but anyway, so I see a few people have responded, and they're not going, "Yay, you should do that." They're, I think, wondering if you're okay.
It's visionaries. You got to be a visionary.
Yeah, I'll give you visionary. It's so
You
funny.
got to have a vision.
Uh-huh. You do. But 3 million is a big vision. I mean,
I never said 3 million. I said 1.3
oh, I'm so sorry.
million plus a
So it's
dollar.
only 1.3 million. Silly me.
Yes. Yes,
Oh my
silly
goodness.
you.
I'm so crazy. What was I thinking? Oh man.
I don't think
bad.
I don't think we're thinking big enough. I think we have to think really big.
Mm,
Like
I
you know, the
think that it
Cannonball
makes-
Run. Do you know the Cannonball Run is done in less than 2 days?
Okay, so I think
You're not even
that
going to respond to that, are you?
no, I'm not. I'm really not. Because
You got to be fast and rapid.
I think it's kind of a crazy idea, and I don't really see it doing well. I think people would laugh and be like,
Well,
"What is he?"
Lord knows that everything we've done has been so successful so far. Let's just keep doing what
It
hasn't
hasn't
worked.
been terrible. We made
It's
all
been
our
horrible.
campaigns. Every campaign we've
I'm
done,
ready.
we've
I'm almost ready to throw in the hat because it's been so bad. What do you mean it hasn't been
well,
terrible?
here we're gonna talk. It hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad. You just have these like expectations that are not realistic sometimes.
Oh, they're very
So-
realistic.
Huh?
Very realistic. They're very realistic.
Hey, Lorenzo. Chris is talking
Good evening,
about
Lorenzo.
starting up his new campaign with a goal of like 3 million and $1
Plus a dollar.
plus $1. He's got to throw that darn dollar in. Thinking that might fuel some interest in his up and coming awesome comic book called Mangai
It's
Shogun,
not,
which
it's
is
not
really
just
a good
about
book.
fueling interest. It's about aiming high and
Well, I mean-
trying to achieve a higher standard. It's like
Well, I don't
it's like
think
the
a dollar
Cadillac
amount is going to
Seville.
achieve. I don't think
You remember
setting
the
a dollar
Seville?
amount is what
The Cadillac Seville was awesome.
achieves it. I don't think that would work. I just kind of think it's kind of silly.
So
but
what you're saying is I should go after July's total of 3 million. 3
No,
million
like-
plus a dollar.
even are you reading the chat? Because I have the chat and I'm looking at it. Even Lorenzo goes, EVS doesn't even set his goals that high. Nope, here comes Mr. Chris. He's going to come out there and like, yeah,
Has anybody ever set their goal that high?
no. But I think people may look at that as saying, you're just being,
Let me ask you.
okay.
Do you think Elon Musk aims for the clouds or does
I don't know what
he aim for
Elon
Mars?
Musk aimed for. I don't know much about him except that
He aims for Mars.
Okay, so do you want to live on Mars? Because that's kind of where you're looking at is Mars. Like you're thinking like a crazy dude. But you can set it up the way you want it. I don't think it's going to bring any more backers by having a high dollar amount, and I think it's going to make you feel terrible when you don't come close to it. So I vote.
Now wait a minute. No, by setting such a high goal, such a high flexible goal,
Uh-huh.
knowing that there's no way I could make it, I think it would actually make me feel better.
No, you're crazy. No,
No, I'm
It
not
would make
crazy
me
because
feel
there's no way
terrible.
there's
I'd be-
no way any conceivable human mind would think higher than that, you know?
Yeah, but that kind of puts your book at like as a joke, as I feel like you're just.
Well, that's
joking.
kind of how I feel like we are anyways, child.
Well, that's your perspective. I don't. Think
I know
that.
I know what's really going
Are you
on in the
feeling
background.
sad? Is Chris feeling sad tonight?
No, Chris is quite happy.
You don't sound happy.
Ooh. Do you want to see my smiling face?
I'm looking at it. It's got a helmet with. That's not happy at all.
This is happy,
No,
girl.
it's not. It's not. I know you. That's not happy.
This is very happy.
No, you're being crabby. You're putting a good face on for everybody.
I'm the one on camera. Look at you.
Huh?
Well, 100 million might be unrealistic, Rick.
Oh, but 1.13 million or whatever number he said is more realistic.
1.3 million plus $1.
Sounds like he's got to throw that dollar in. Timothy thinks you're on crack, and there might be listeners and people out there. So
Well, I
why
think
don't
if I was
we-
on crack, I'd be outside or running around. Doesn't crack make you like go super fast and stuff?
What if we were to talk about another topic instead of what you want to do?
Well, what other topic is there? What kind of stretch goals are we going to put in this thing?
Hold on a second. I have them written down. If I can find them, we'll be all set. I literally wrote them down, but my office is quite a disaster these days because I'm doing many things at once. I have to find them. Hold on. I just have to go.
You
to
know,
the
we could put a tier, like a digital comic for $10,000, but put it on like a
Oh
laptop.
my God, stop. No. Yeah, we've talked about that, Lorenzo, but without crowdfunding, we don't have a big enough draw to push our books. So we're
I
gonna
am
do
so
separate
tired of hearing
tiers.
that. I'm just going to start doing my thing, and I don't care if anybody reads them.
Hey, Christopher,
What?
you wanted
What?
to talk about the tiers? I found them.
Oh, well, speaketh, child.
Okay, so we're looking at for all 4 books, it will be a 4-book series. $5 for the PDFs. So you can buy the whole series as a PDF for $5. That'll be tier 1. For tier 2, if you just want to buy a book, just one of the books, you don't want all 4, you just want to like kind of put your toes in the water and see if you even like it. One book is $10. We will have separate tiers for each book because that's the way it makes it easy.
Actually, if I can speak up here,
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't think we're putting those up for anything other than collectors who might want to have an extra edition to read, one to save, and that way you don't have to buy a complete 4-issue edition. You can get,
Right.
like, if you only want 2 of number 1, you could do it that way.
Right.
I think that's the only reason to really do that, because I can't imagine anybody buying 1 because they don't have any guarantee we'll ever produce 2, 3, and 4 again.
No, I don't know that. You think differently than I do. So I think, by offering just one book for people that are on a budget, but they still want to, maybe support the project, I think that's a fair deal. So $10 for one book. However, we really would love for you guys to get all 4 books for $25. And let's see what else we got
You
going
hear
on.
that? That's a paper with notes on it.
Yes, I have my papers, right? Oh, you can't see me. Hold on.
I was there when you wrote those.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
I have all my paper notes. Okay. So I here I am. We are going to do a handbook. Remember, you said you're doing a handbook. So do you want to talk about the handbook?
Well, the handbook's going to be like a little a guide to what's actually going on with who, where, when.
Yeah.
It'll have spoilers in it, so it won't be something that you're necessarily going to want to read for the series. But then again, maybe you're the type who likes spoilers. So I mean, it'll be up to the buyer. But it'll be a black and white, larger than an ash can because it'll be the actual size of a book. But it's definitely going to be black and white.
Yep. So that you can purchase separately. So like if you just want to get book 1 and the handbook, you can do that. That handbook's $10. So basically, guys, for all 4 books plus the handbook, it's $25. Shipping and handling is $10, but I think it's a pretty good deal. We were talking about doing some.
Well, there's
bigger-
items that we're going to be getting pricing on.
Yeah. I'm
Keychain,
looking into that now.
magnets, and stickers.
Yeah. So
I've noticed a lot of the lower end tiers that I've gotten lately are full of stickers.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got to do a better job with stickers. We haven't invested in stickers in a while. We've always done metal cards, but I think that's become a little bit passe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No. So we're working on all of those things. But I do think we need to really think about when to launch it because like I said,
Well, we're going to do a 60-day campaign.
60-day campaign, definitely.
And then we want 30 days to deliver.
Mhm.
So you're looking right now, if you were to launch tomorrow, you're looking at March, April, May for delivery.
Mhm.
So maybe we should look at launching in a week here.
We could. I mean,
That'll give you enough time to set up the tiers the way you want them.
mhm.
Give you a week to get final signups. I don't know if we have any real incentive right now other than offering the Google Drive backstage pass, so to speak. There is a 13-page preview of the PDF for number 1. However,
So-
even that has been modified recently.
Are you thinking you want to launch it like on next Wednesday? That's
I don't
the
know. Are
8th.
you thinking that?
Well, you said next week. Do you want?
Dude,
I guess.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not a business person, you know.
Oh my
I want to
gosh.
put 1.3
No, you're
million
not.
plus
And
$1
so
on it, and you
you're
don't think it's a good
absolutely
idea.
correct. Listen, you're absolutely correct. So the dollar amount that you want to do for your flexible goal, I think, is ridiculous. There, as your business person, that's what I'm stating.
You know,
However,
if you guys are gonna, if you're,
yes, Mhm.
if you're gonna want me to use my autistic creativity, you
yes,
have
I
to
like.
let it expand into all regions, don't you think?
No,
Listen,
I
all
don't.
you neurotypicals are sitting here telling me, that's a very bad idea. You know what it sounds like to me?
What?
Sounds like an even better idea.
Okay, so listen, let's just get off of that for just a moment.
I'm still stuck on it. What does an autistic person do? They fixate. So I'm still at 1.3 plus $1.
All right. So we were talking about launching the campaign. Are you
35
gonna
cents.
I think what we should do at this point is we should open the stream for
Yeah, you're just trying to get away from me now. You're looking for reserve backup.
guys, I need some help here. No, seriously. I think that we should look at launching this within the next 2 weeks. That's either, and we should launch it probably on our own show, perhaps, but we need to do a lot of build up before we go launching this thing. That's where I feel like we need to
1.3
really work.
plus $1.
I
See,
think
it has
he
a
just wants
ring
to
to it.
say it. It doesn't have a
1.3
ring to
million
it,
plus
you
$1.
darling.
It has a ring.
I'll give you a
It's
ring.
as smooth as silk. Watch. Try to say it. Say, just say it with me, honey. Go 1.3 million plus $1.
Okay, so Chris did not nap this afternoon, so you can tell he's kind of silly.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry. I
You're
know you're
picking
being
on me.
serious. I think you're being serious. I don't know.
Trillion. Now, you know what? I would go for trillion if I had a small third world nation that I could like get people behind. But we're talking a comic here.
So Rick is saying let's do $1.3 trillion plus $1.
I'm telling you what, guys, we gotta let the reins off the horses, man.
Tim is like, it has a ring. Okay, Gollum.
I know. I can see. I can read all this.
Oh, you can. Well, I didn't know if you were paying attention or not.
I read and I write
I'm doodling.
and I lift heavy things.
I know.
What are you doodling?
I'm doodling a little. I don't know. It's just something silly while I'm talking. So
I'm actually not doodling because my arms actually hurt.
I know, honey. You've been working really hard getting this amazing story done.
Well, you know, there's other stuff going on in the world. Did anybody notice that Eric has a new comic? Century Origins. I'm pretty excited about Eric. I can't pronounce his last name to save my life, but
Does it start with an N?
yeah.
That's Rick's friend.
Hey, he's my friend too.
Okay.
I went on his show and everything.
Chris, are you okay?
Well, the way you just said that, I'm like, geez, man.
Well, I meant Rick introduced us.
Yes, Rick is the man when it comes to that, but you make it sound like, like.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. I did. guys. I don't know. I've been working on business tax stuff and my head hurts, so. Ugh.
Hey, I
Hello.
took the dog out and let her crap.
Thanks, Chris.
I
Hey,
did.
Tim.
Hey,
Welcome, sir.
I've heard of ridiculous notions before, but Chris's takes the cake.
Chris takes the cake, the 1 point.
You guys haven't seen anything yet. That's just one part of the big plan.
He's got this big
Oh, in
plan
one
of-
part?
Is the other part
That's
you,
just-
you quit your job? The
See, that's just the part Diana wanted me to share with everybody tonight.
What? Oh yeah. Well, listen. I come up in the morning getting my coffee. He's like, I got this great idea. I said, oh really? What is it? I'm gonna put our flex goal to $1.2 million in a dollar. Like, what?
1.3 million and $1. You still can't get it right.
I can't say it right because it's just not natural. Not normal.
Because
That's 'cause
it's
you're neurotypical.
crazy.
That's because you're not autistic.
I know I'm not artistic.
No,
I think he said autistic.
He did, but I was just seeing if he was.
She
paying-
was playing with me.
I don't think he's paying attention. That's the problem.
She has actually been hanging around us too long. She's now doing dad jokes and doesn't even know it.
Man, if you could pull it off, I tip my hat to you. But
I don't think I can pull it off. That's not the point, though.
you just want to see what would happen.
I just want to put it up there. Yeah. A flex goal of 1.3 million
Make
and $1.
1.3 million and $1.
And $1.
You got to put that dang dollar in there because, like, without the dollar, it's not good. It's just.
Well,
not
it's just
good.
because he wants it above somebody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be
again,
$1 above Ethan Van Sciver.
And I think that's
Look,
like.
I know
just-
he's almost 30 years experience. I know he worked for DC Marvel and could work almost anywhere he wanted to if he just smiled and didn't talk a lot online. But why not aim high?
Okay, there's aiming high and then there's aiming ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but ridiculous is okay.
Chris thinks
I think you missed some of my comments in the chat. I said it's better to earn your stars and bars and it's better to build your empire brick by brick than try to fly too close to the sun and then go crashing down.
I don't want to build an empire. I want to put a flag up a pole.
Okay, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
It sounds easier than building an empire, though. I just want to put a flag up a pole.
Where is this going, Christopher?
I don't know. I don't think we
1.3
should
million plus $1. That's where it's going.
I don't think we should go down that stream.
No, we shouldn't. We should stop right now. Put the brakes on, gentlemen. Put the brakes on.
Hey, you know what?
Oh God.
There's no brakes in
Chris.
this car.
Chris,
Yeah,
they're
man.
gonna try-
And we got hey Eric Boyd, how are you?
Eric, hello.
And,
Hi,
and the name
Eric.
you're searching for earlier was Nina Towski.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Have you seen that? I played his preview tonight. His
No, I
trailer. I,
didn't see
love it.
Who is Nina Towski?
Eric Nina
Oh, he's
Towski.
just one of the greatest indie guys out there that you'll ever meet. And I don't mean
amazing.
just like nice guy. I mean he's a writer. He's an artist. He's everything I want to be, but about 10 years ahead, maybe 20 years ahead.
I see.
Awesome
He's the
guy.
guy
Awesome
that did.
stuff.
He's the guy that did this, and anybody that signed up early and got a copy
Oh,
of
that
the
guy.
car-
That guy. Okay.
got a copy.
He also did. Hang on, let me get it. I actually have a piece of art that Rick actually helped negotiate to get because he put me on his show with him. But I have.
Oh no! That piece of art that you're talking about, I got him to create for Fan Art Friday, and I was going to get him to send it to you if you didn't get him to send it to you.
Well, I've never seen it, so where is it? Bring it to me.
I had to get it off the wall. What do you see? My wife, she mounted it very professionally, but it's in a plastic sheet, so it's safe. But this is
What am I looking
great
at?
I did a
Cyclopean.
colored version.
You can't see it, Chris. You got to move it to the center. There you go.
Okay.
I'm
He
working on
did.
it.
Cyclopean during one of his draw streams, which I thought was.
Are
very
you sure
cool.
that's Cyclopean?
Yeah, that's cool. That's Cyclopean.
Yes, it's
Yeah, it
Cyclopean.
is. I'm playing.
I
I'm like,
still
wait,
say,
But it's a very nice piece.
Yeah.
It hangs next to the Cyclopean that Jace did and Quibix did. So there's 3 Cyclopeans on that wall so far.
cool.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
and
it.
talking about Cyclopean, this past weekend, I read issues 3 and 4.
Oh, did
Finally.
you?
Oh, I see. You'll read 3 and 4 of their book, but you haven't read issue 1 of my book. All right. all
I
right.
don't got my physical copy yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you want the physical copy. Forgot.
Well, speaking of the Great Cyclopean, I actually put up 5 more pages tonight as we work our way through the 2019-2020 story, maybe 2020, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there's another site that I recently got shown by Metal, Global Comics.
Yep.
It's similar to Webtoons, but you can also put paid stuff up there.
Mhm.
Really?
You can do free stuff or just thing. Here, I'll put a link to my page. Oh, that's not.
Diana went, yep. Did you know about this, Diana? Because I didn't.
He mentioned it before. I thought.
Ah, okay.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Metal. No, Metal. I think's probably mentioned it before because I haven't had it till like about a week ago or something like that. I just put a
Global
link for
Comics.
my thing on it in it.
I gotta run. But I'll be if you guys are still on when I do. I got a thing I gotta do. I'll
All
be
right,
right
man.
back.
Be safe.
All right. God bless.
God
Bye.
bless you too. 1.3 plus 1. I'm
Chris.
telling you, man, you'll remember that number all night long now.
You
Now
know.
it's silent.
Oh man.
Why is that so? Why does that blow your mind so much?
Okay, you says those are good. What are you saying? Those are good too, Diana.
The
the
Reuben
chat.
sandwiches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a site that you could probably check out. You could probably start putting Cyclopean up on there. You could do it free or for like $1 or $2.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing here in the next year or so. If Manguy doesn't get any traction, I don't know. I might go into horror books for October and then see what happens from there. I don't know.
You gotta just
Well,
take your
well,
time.
the problem is you've said that Cyclopeans get traction at the cons, which is
But
good.
not enough. But not enough. I'm just being realistic. I'm like, I see a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of stuff, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not getting it. Maybe it's not an autistic field.
I don't think it matters whether you're autistic or not autistic. It's
I think you're just impatient. I do.
Well,
And I
we'll
say that
see.
with great love and respect to you.
We will see. We will see.
I do. I think you're impatient. We've only been doing this for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
4 years is not long in this field.
Yeah. Especially when you're coming in as a nobody, you haven't built up a following. Unfortunately for you, you can't get those 2,000 subscribers that you have here,
Yeah.
to start watching this show.
Well, I could if I did a Christian comic, but it's just
No, they weren't.
when I put Christianity into comics, it's not there the way that they would want to see it to make it a Christian comic. Do you know what I mean?
Sort of. But see, the problem is even when back, a year ago when you were doing your God night, stream.
Yeah,
They weren't showing up either.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, we'd get an
Yeah,
occasional
very true.
visitor or two, but nothing like the good old days.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if I go through them, a lot of them haven't made videos for years. They
Yeah.
come on, but they don't make videos. They watch, they like stuff, but they're not doing anything anymore. At
Well,
the
there's
time
two-
when
two
when we,
types of people on YouTube: those who make videos and those that don't. There's
yeah,
some that
yeah.
just come to watch, and they create a channel just because they have to chat.
Well, no, at one time though, we used to have, gosh, there were like networks of Christians that were just doing videos. I can't even tell you how many of us there were. Like, I remember what a big deal it was when we all hit 500.
Mhm.
At that time, that was the threshold to become a YouTube partner. That's how early it was in the YouTube world.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
wish we
true,
could
though.
network. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians aren't wanting to network. But like I was saying, if you could get those people to start coming out to your live streams and maybe invest, even if like say 10% of them invested in your comic.
Yeah, it's a hard sell though, because then I have to then it becomes religious. Like, I think that was kind of what killed the channel in the first place, because we all got into our own denominations, even if we were non-denominational, if that makes a sense, like
Sort of.
even if you don't adhere to a certain um theological denomination, even if you insist you're independent, then you're still kind of choosing something other than what your friend may have, for instance.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
we
well,
had
you're
Calvinists.
independent, so you all have slightly different thoughts on things.
Yeah, but when your friends go like extreme, so they're like Calvinist, and they're like, well, if you're independent, then you're probably got issues you need to address, because you're not Calvinist, or because you're not Baptist, or because you're not Catholic. We've seen quite a few denominations actually over the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Now I'd say we fall kind of firmly in the messianic loose kind of like outer circles. But even then we're not very committed to it, to it religiously, if you will.
Yeah.
Religion is really great for certain things, but it can be it can be stifling as well.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that, right, honey?
Oh, well. Yeah, you kind of do. Unfortunately, you know a lot about that kind of stuff. And so,
But I'm usually the problem, so it's kind of better for me to stay out of it than
yeah, it's kind of like Twitter, for God.
Heck, I'd be good if I could get 10% of my viewers to buy my comic books.
Well, the thing is, I've always just wanted to kind of like sell to them out there, and like I don't know where they are anymore. When I was growing up, I thought I knew who the audience of comics were. Then when I got into this independent thing 4 years ago, I found that there were pockets, and like not everything was the way that I remembered it. Things have changed. People are different. They're not into the same things. They've gotten older.
Yeah.
The younger crowd isn't there the same way that they were when I was a kid. And maybe they're in manga, or maybe they're not in any of it, and they're into video games, or they're,
Well, the problem is that so many of them weren't recruited, for lack of a better word, by DC and Marvel, and a lot of them, because DC and Marvel have changed, have fallen off the path, if you will, and because they never got into the independent, never even thought of independent, because
Right.
they might have gone over to one of the other quote unquote bigger independents, for lack of a better way of saying it, like Image, Boom, Alterna, or some other ones. Like there's probably about 20 other big independent, for lack of a better way of saying it, that most people hear of, or you'll see in a comic book stores, some of their titles.
Yeah, the thing about it, it's, I don't know, like independent means a lot of things to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I have like piles of comics now that we've bought over the last 4 years
Yeah.
that range
I
all the
mean,
way from like really, really bad to really, really great. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's what's hurting independent more than anything. Marvel and DC and Image used to represent like a bar.
Mm.
If you're buying from those three companies, you pretty much were assured the art was going to be pretty good, the writing should be decent, and you knew that was, you know, there was a level. You know, there were books that would go below it a little bit, but generally
Mhm.
they had this like baseline. Whereas in independent,
you never know what
sometimes
you're gonna
I've
get.
ordered stuff. I've ordered stuff and had no idea what I was getting, I guess, because what I got was not what I thought I was buying.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, this is a surprise.
interesting.
Like and I'm not going to put down anybody because I've gotten a lot of books in the last 2 months here, but one I just got recently, I was like, what is this? And Diane and I went through it and we really could not find a story. It was like
Well-
a scene with pictures and stuff, and it was interesting in the sense that I thought I was getting like a full comic,
Yeah.
but it's kind of not.
Well, that's the problem is with with the independent, you can see whether the art is good or not, or
Yeah.
decent, or whatever, but you can't tell the story whether it's good or
Right.
not without getting it.
Yeah, and even then, you can read a good build up for a story and then get into the story, and you're like, "Oh, what happened?" And again, you know, like I don't like to be too critical because as a creator, people will think that, you know, oh, why your shit don't stink. No, my poop smells too. But I
Right.
can tell a bad comic when I see it from other people. It's harder when we do our own work to be objective sometimes.
Yeah. The thing
Well-
is, you know what you like and what you don't like, and it's when somebody comes up to you and says, "I don't like this," as if they read it as a patron, you're like, fine. You don't get mad at them like DC and Marvel have been doing the last few years.
Well, the thing
Or-
is, DC and Marvel made it political, and unfortunately, the country in America, I don't know if the world is like this or not, but we got really polarized in America.
Yeah.
And it's nasty now where both sides are like, shoot, screw them. I don't care. They're leftist. Screw them. I don't care. They're rightist. You know, like it's that we never used to be that bad. When I was growing up, it was like, we're Americans. Them Democrats are silly, or them Republicans are too conservative. They're prudes. But now it's like everybody's so hard on each other, you know?
Mhm.
And I think people have forgotten what made America great in part
Mhm.
were the two sides always compromising and competing and pushing each other further. But it's gone too far now. It's
Right.
just, yeah. Now we've got to find a way to reel it back because they got nowhere to go but apocalypse the way they're going.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean, what's
coming.
next, you know?
Honestly, that is what's coming. We know it, really.
I know, but like in my head, you know, honestly, like I don't think about modern day issues. I think of what's coming. So I'm like, all right, so like if 20 years from now somebody says they think they want to be one of those sitars, are they called? You know, the goat men, the guys with their like their bottom half are a goat and the top half is a torso. Well, you know, what if I want to
I'm sorry.
identify as that and science is up there enough that they can attach me to one of those things? Is that going to be doable? Like as in the like, is that going to be the next, like, where does this end? Like, obviously we're going to have, as long as the Lord lets us live, we're going to increase our scientific ability. So at some point they'll have the ability to tie your head onto a Doberman Pinscher's body. Is that going to be something that we say is okay? Like, where will we stop doing all the surgeries on each other?
Heck, we know just from the Tower of Babel, God Himself said right there that basically man left to his own devices, nothing is impossible for him.
Right. Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing it a little bit, but I think you know what
Actually,
I
I
mean.
think if you read the Message or the Living Word, they actually phrase it exactly like that because that's generally what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man has unlimited potential.
Yeah. Let's see. Genesis.
Eric is
Yeah.
talking about an instrument, I think, a plucked string instrument. Eric, it's sitar.
Yeah.
Sitar.
He's right. Yeah. I said it wrong. And what I said was, yes, Eric, I think you are right. Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
But that doesn't preempt 1.3 million plus $1.
Mhm.
You know, I
Yeah,
feel a video coming.
Yeah, it's Genesis chapter 11, verse 6. This is out of the King James. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language. This they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they imagine to do.
Mhm.
And of course,
Yep.
then he confuses languages. And we're coming together back where language isn't really a concern.
Mhm.
Because we can
Well, we've gotten
translate
so
from one
far
language.
now that like we've beaten the language by having computer programming, machine code and OSs and languages of that nature. Doesn't matter what
Yeah.
language you speak in, you can write a computer language and you can do things well beyond it.
Yeah. Or you've got programs that you speak into it, your
Yep.
phone with Google Translate, and it'll translate what the person said, what you
Well, that's
say to the
true.
person, and the reverse.
That's still a couple of decades from being really great, but you're right, it does work. And
Yeah.
I know people at work that have used it for communication, and like I said, it gets clunky.
Yeah.
We still have to have like a real translator for official things, but it can do in a pinch.
Yeah. Well, heck, I was down in Brazil a couple years ago on a missions trip, and I used it a little bit to, converse a little bit with somebody in their car,
Yeah.
Yes.
that
When I
didn't
was in
have really
Brazil, I
good
also used a translator.
You did not.
I'm totally teasing. I totally used a phone translator.
Were you in Brazil too? Did you go to Brazil too?
No. Don't listen to Chris tonight. He is
Only
being
on the
so-
cinema movies.
Oh my god.
Remember the
I
Brazilian?
didn't think he had, but
No,
the
Chris hasn't
Brazilian
been out of
sled
the country.
That's
He's
not
so
true. I've
funny.
been to Canada once.
Oh my god. Yes, you have been
Yes.
to Canada once.
I've been
I
to
went
the States
across the border.
I've been to the States more than once.
Well, I mean, I went over the border twice because once to get in Canada and once to come back. So I'm kind of traveled.
I've been to the States several, probably a dozen, 2 dozen times.
That's awesome. That's good, Rick. I've always
then-
wanted to.
Go off.
Never get there.
And then I've been to, well, as I just said, Brazil, and I've also been to Guatemala.
Yeah, Eric,
Yeah.
tonight I'm kind of feeling it. I'm pulling legs, but it's because I have some really crazy ideas that nobody likes. So I'm just gonna keep pulling legs until one of them sticks.
So how did Saturday go?
I was an hour late. I wasn't even going to do it, but then Terry, like an hour or actually about 40 minutes later, texted me and goes, "Hey, we doing this?" Because I texted him like, I don't know, 2:45. And then like I think, I don't know, 3:30 or so. And then I said, "Okay, I'll meet up with you at 4." So we started an hour late, and then it was okay. I did like somebody was talking to us, so I did a mask while talking to them, like they were just talking about a guy. I don't know if they're going to use it, but it was fun, Did a little sketching. I really don't like working on the book while being in a live stream.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's almost like, and I'm going to say this because I was thinking about it today, but everybody just hold your breath and let me get through it a second, right? It's almost like making love to my wife, but I need privacy to do that. And if people are watching, like, I don't know, nothing works right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
What?
can't be watched when you're creating. It's like making love. Like,
Chris goes into this like I don't even talk to him. He just sits either in his office or at the kitchen table drawing. He looks up every once in a while. I ask him if he's hungry or shows me what he's doing, but he doesn't really. It's hard for him to have conversations and focus on what he's doing. So I think
because the comic becomes like when people say they like, you know, when you see like a movie and somebody will say, you know how I keep my sanity? I do it through my art. Well, yeah, but that's real. Like for some of us, it really is real. So when I'm in that creative mode, it's like being in a creative world. And you know,
but I can
go ahead, Diana.
No, I was just going to say I can relate because if I'm really in the mode and I'm writing, I can't, like, I couldn't write on like a live channel and work on whatever I'm working on and still have a conversation. It would be really hard for me.
Hey, Herman.
Hello.
Hey, Herman.
Well,
yeah.
Herman.
Well, for me, it's I don't know. For me, and I think everybody can relate to it if they really think about it. But like, I've heard people say, "Oh, you just got to get used to it. Go out to a go to a con and just draw commissions while you're sitting there." It doesn't happen that way for me. It's like telling me to go. Literally, that's why you know me, Diana, how I always relate things to sex. But it's a perfect analogy. I could make love to my wife all day long, but not behind a counter at a convention. No. It's like there's like an intimacy that happens when the magic happens. I can draw while people watch, but I can't create a book while people watch.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, at a convention, yeah, it's probably decent that you might be doing, like a commission drawing some figure for somebody, but still at the same time, you're supposed to be there to try and engage with people and all that too. Especially as, a business part, it's one thing for, all the big names to sit there and draw or whatever,
Well, my biggest problem is how I engage. Like if you're under the age of like 15, I'm usually trying to give you a free comic. I've got candy on the side. We've got like, spin the wheel, get a prize. And for me, it's always been about like trying to give the kids something because that's how you start the fire in comics. Like you get them something that puts their mind into it. And even if they can never find another great Cyclopean book again, even if it's just that one time they saw me in the convention, that could spark them looking into other books,
Yeah. And I never got to say this to you last night, Jeff. I finished The Sorcerer's Stone. You're going to have you on next week if you can make it. Maybe try and talk a little bit about it.
Very nice.
Because I got an advanced audio copy of The Sorcerer's Stone.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I did really like it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. There's a couple of things that, I'm not sure whether I consider it criticism or whatever. It's just, it's probably just me. There's spots in it that I thought were too much detail. I wanted to get on with the action of the story, interaction between a couple of characters, and that was more near the end. But I know all the talking about the detail through the character's eyes is needed.
Well,
I didn't read the book. I listened to the book.
Yeah. You talk about that. Like Diana's told me I should write as well. But like writing in English and describing stuff in words is an art form in itself. And that's one of the things that comic books actually makes it easier to tell a story because you can illustrate a great amount of what you're trying to say,
Yeah.
You don't
And,
have to say the
that's
room is dimly lit. You can just color it that way.
Yeah. And like I said, that's probably more on my end, just being a little bit too impatient. And I just wish we would have there would have been an interaction between two characters.
God bless
right
you,
at the
Eric.
end.
I think Eric's leaving, so I just wanted to say God bless you. Good night.
Later, Eric. And not to give anything away, I just wish there would have been an interaction between two characters at the end.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I definitely
You
did.
mean
And
like
I can't wait for
an
another book.
interaction like Luke, I am your father. No, like that.
Something like that.
I made that up on the spot. I didn't see that in any movies.
Herman might know what I'm talking about, but like I said, I don't want to give too much away to, especially Diana, who will hopefully in a couple days order it.
What's that?
The Wizard Stone.
Yes.
Herman's new
I'm
book.
sorry. That's Herman's new book, right?
Yeah, it
Jeff
goes on
Herman,
sale.
yes.
Goes on sale on Friday.
I know. Yep, I loved his first book, the one that I got earlier, and so I'm looking forward to this one. Looking forward to reading it. I'm sorry, reading it.
Herman says Diana is getting a copy.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's right. I
She's,
am, aren't I?
I'm still gonna buy a physical copy too. Any idea how much that's gonna be, Herman? On Amazon?
$1.3 million plus a dollar.
Well, if it's that much money, I can't get it. That's just a little bit too pricey for my.
I'll go halves with you, brother. We can get it. We can get one and share the copy.
Even at that, it'd be too a little too rich for my blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll trick my wife to go in a third with us.
The
Hey,
list
wait a minute. That
price-
would mean my household is paying 2/3.
Even at that, too rich for my blood. The list price is $19 US. So, and well, it's cheaper because I'll do Amazon here, getting the printed
But
here.
it's
So it'll probably be
$18.99.
yeah, $19 for you guys. So that's probably going to be
I
about
don't see
25, just under
$19.
20. To me, I see $18.99. It's 1 cent less than $19. That's $19. They don't trick me with that.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
I know. It's so silly, isn't it?
Yeah, I was taught that from like the time I could hear the phrase "a penny saved is a penny earned."
Right.
I get that, but
Well, then they used to take me to the wishing well, and everybody would throw pennies in it, and I'm like, "Well, I guess we didn't earn anything today."
No, you wish for stuff. Herman says a penny saved is a penny taxed.
Well, you know, we'd have to fight for the cover art. She'd have to have a contest because I know Krista would want to be in on it. So
Well,
you'd
I
have to
think
do a
that- I
contest,
think her-
Diana.
I think
Yeah.
her first book would be 1 or 2 people.
Well,
maybe
she wouldn't
one or
let me
three.
draw it, that's for sure, because she'd be like, "Nah, you won't do what I want to draw." No,
Well,
I think she'd
be
she'd
either
make
you-
I
Krista
wouldn't
do it.
say that, Chris. You make it sound like I wouldn't. I do go to you for certain things, you know. I do ask your
Yeah, babe.
opinion, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes you don't always give me a straight answer. You're very much a jokester with me, so I never know if
Oh.
you're serious.
I'm
or
not sure what you're talking about.
Of course not. Yeah, you are. You're so bad.
And Chris never
My
gave me
problem
a-
is I'm always way too serious.
Why so serious?
I know.
Yeah.
My God.
Do you know that reference, Diana?
What?
Why so serious?
I do know it, but I don't remember it. It's a Joker recipe. Oh my god. It's a Joker recipe.
Close enough, though. I'll give you the 10 points. That was good.
It is a Joker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. This is funny. No, you know what? Last night was so weird. I went to bed at my normal time and I laid there. Have you ever gone to bed and like you feel like you have toothpicks on your eyes that won't shut? Like your brain is just like thinking and you just can't be tired. You're tired. Does that ever happen? Like that's what happened to me. So I got up. Oh my God. I was up till 1 o'clock, 1:30. You know what I was doing? Watching stupid Facebook reels of animals and funny videos. That's what I did until 1 o'clock this morning. I'm dying. I'm over here like.
That's horrible.
It is terrible.
That's the lowest form of entertainment. Those like 10 to 30-second clips.
I was too tired. I could have opened up my lamp. I could have put the light on and stuff, but to read. But I just was like, I really wanted to sleep. And yes, my first book, I will definitely have to hire somebody, one of you guys probably, for my cover of the book that I haven't written yet.
Well, I think your first book should actually either be done by Chris or your daughter, the cover.
Yeah, probably.
I think my first commissioned cover is going to be for $1.3 million. Although I've already done a cover for free for Brother in Christ.
Yeah, Chris, you give away your stuff. You always give away your stuff.
It's
He
not
doesn't
mine when I
charge
give it
anybody.
away,
And then
it's
he's
God.
like, I don't understand why I can't make any money off of this. I'm like, well, because you give away the books, you give away your talent. You're like, here.
Yeah, and the person he gave it away to, at least the person I think he's talking about me, I wanted to pay him.
Oh, right.
No,
Oh
Rick,
my
no,
God.
we're not even talking about you. She's mad at me because, like, okay, so at our comic show, I gave away like 300 comics, which might have like dented sales a little.
Might have.
You think? So instead of like selling our books, Chris is sitting there with this big butt smile on, like a little kid, like, do you want some comics? And the kid is looking at him like, and I'm trying to sell our books. And he reaches underneath the table and he pulls out a bag full of like comics that were donated to us that he just wanted to give.
Plus, I put all our old books in there.
Yeah, and he put all the old books in there. I'm like, oh my God.
In fact, if there were any with that old nasty CG logo, they were in that batch.
Yep.
If there were any left, that's where they went.
Chris, I don't know about you. I don't think you can be at the table.
You can't.
She sent me away, but when I get sent away, you know what happens, bro? So I see people that aren't making good sales. And I go buy something because I feel bad for them.
So
Yeah,
all
but
money
see,
that
the
I'm
problem
making
is-
at the guys, all the money that I'm making at the table, like all the books that I do sell, he's coming back on. I need another $20. Well, I saw this girl. She's probably like 25, and she's all tatted up. And she's got rings everywhere. But man, she's a fantastic, and she's so nice. And I just got to buy something from her. I'm like, all right, well, here's the $20 that just came in, just went out. Yeah, I love him to pieces, but he should be behind the scenes in a cubicle creating.
Unfortunately, because of the way things are, well, you're the editor on it, so you do have a say in the book. He could not be there. But Chris, you don't know how everybody is doing at the con unless you ask them. And
Yes, but if my spirit feels that they're lonely and that they've been shunned, if I look and they're just like their table's a little raggedy and I can see the sadness in their eyes, I run right over and go, I'll take like 2 of each. How's that sound? Come on.
Yeah,
smile,
he
man.
does. We keep many independent artists in business because, and we don't have a lot of, it's not like Chris and I are well off guys. We work really hard for what we have, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're really close
Yeah.
to week check people.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go. We are pretty much, especially with the electric bill and all the prices of eggs. Eggs don't even get me going.
With it, yeah, everything going up. But I know what you're feeling, Chris. You go around, you want to help support the independent people because you're hoping, they might try and come around and support you too, or people will because you're doing that, what comes
But it
around goes
doesn't work
around.
like that.
Yeah.
We don't get that.
Yeah.
We don't get people feeling bad for us because our table is usually looks pretty good. I'm very engaging. I call people over. We usually have a lot of fun stuff, so people don't feel bad for us.
Yeah.
Well, our table's
Okay,
not
maybe Diana
dead.
shouldn't be making the table up so good.
Telling you.
Our table is always very active. It's just active for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can get people in, but you can't make them buy. Right?
Well,
Diana's saying that if you're giving them comics, they're not going to buy comics, but I disagree totally.
well, and he will disagree, and then
Uh,
so that is where we just sort of draw the line. I'm like, all right, well, listen, dude, I can't.
Hold the show a minute. I got to go to the bathroom and get a drink.
I would have to agree with you, Diana. Yeah, okay, you give stuff away for like stickers, stuff like that, small stuff. Heck, on my campaign, right? A certain mark, I said I was going to get stickers. Well, I went and got stickers, but the stickers I got were, and I've got them in hand. They're like, okay, these are way too small, so I had to order other ones. So I decided these small ones at my tables when I'm at cons, just give them away. Because then at least they might come to your table, you know, maybe they'll buy something, probably won't, but at least if they're going away with a sticker, of my character or whatever. Something hopefully that will remind them later to look at my stuff, and maybe when they got money or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, we have some comic cons coming up, and it's been a while. Like we've really pulled back. Our very first year, I remember Chris and I went to almost every. We went to so many, and then the pandemic hit. Then we picked up a little bit more, and then even last year, I think we did a total of 5 overall, which isn't a lot for us. And this year, we're probably doing about the same too.
Have you got any confirmed for this year yet?
For no, oh, you mean for the ones that we're going to? I know we're going to Plastic City for sure. KidsCon, I've got to sit down this weekend and fill out the application. I'm sure we've gone to the twice there. I'm sure we'll get in. There was a couple others that I was looking at.
Where's PlasticCon?
Plastic City Comic Con is in July. It is in Fitchburg, usually in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. It's run by Mighty Mascot.
Okay,
Yes.
so maybe if you could DM me a link to that one because I'd like to try and get in some cons. I might be going to one in a couple weeks, March break.
Oh, good.
I gotta contact the person probably. Well, leave a message on their machine. Local Christian ministry that's for youth. Apparently, they have a Comic-Con type event. Been having a Comic-Con type event every year.
Oh.
And I just found out Tuesday that it was going to be during March break.
Oh, good.
I've been trying to get in touch with the person.
Yeah. But that's good though. I mean, and I will. Yes, I can send you. Do you know Mighty Mascots? Do you know Keith Gleason at all?
I've met him on a show or two. I think on RJ's for the kids thing.
Yep. He's a local guy. I mean, he's around where we are. You know what I mean? Like,
and I've got some digital stuff coming from him when he gets done up to 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the Mighty Mascots.
Yep.
So what you're looking at is basically the 2020 show. or the 2021 show. And we were at the one that came after the COVID shut down one of the
Right.
shows. The last one he did. We're going to the next one. It's not going to be at the same place. This was a big ice rink opened up for a convention. The only problem
Yeah.
was it had difficulty in getting to some of the handicap access. They had to take like an elevator, and some people didn't like it. And
Yeah. Sounds like
so,
one that I did in around the Sudbury, Ontario area, just a little
right.
north of there. They had a ice rink that was opened up, and
Well, I know as a result of that, he's got a new place that we're doing this year. Admission was $5, now it's $10. That's still a bargain in the show.
Yep.
yeah.
And, yeah, it's
Kids
going to
12
be a
and
lot.
under are free.
How much
So
it was the
it's like 70 or something.
The
table?
table, yeah.
Yeah, 70 maybe 75.
That's American, of course.
Yep. Yes, it is. Let's see.
So that makes it like 80 or 90.
Is it? I don't really. Yeah. Okay, so here is the link. I'm putting it in the chat. That's his Comic-Con, and it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
It's got to be my favorite show, small show. One day show, because it's big enough to feel like a big show, but small enough that you get to go home at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those big shows, you usually got to stay in town, and that can be rough.
Right.
Oh, so you got to bring your own table.
Yep.
For the $75.
Right.
Otherwise, you gotta.
I think
and
you can get them. They do have some.
Yeah, but they want double the price if you're getting your table and chairs, which
right. But it's only a 1-day show, so would it be cost effective for you to come to just a 1-day show? Like,
I don't know. It depends on how much I make.
well, yeah.
I just think that's a bit pricey for 1 day for a table and chairs.
Really? Because that's actually one of the cheaper shows around in our area.
Well, unless we do libraries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because you got to remember, 150 for me is then probably closer to 200.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
And I'm not sure how far US to. So that's 150. Yeah, that ends up being $204.06.
Just for their the table and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's if I get the table and chairs.
Right.
For if I don't get it with the table and chairs,
mm-hmm.
It's $102.03.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you do without a table and chairs?
I don't know.
Have a 6x3 area that you just hang in.
Well, at that point, most likely somebody's can bring their own tables and chairs. But me coming from here down there, not without a car, just coming by bus, bringing a table and chairs would seem pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would work. Yeah. Hi, Tiny.
No, but if you actually we have tables and chairs. I would cart some for you, Rick. I'd bring some because I know we're going to the show.
Yeah.
I'd bring you a table and a chair. I have some.
Yeah, so then I could, for $100, and then that's where Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to make, I don't know how much travel expenses are. So you'd have to make a ton of money, I would think.
I'm worried about money, but I'm not at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I haven't really made any money at any con I've been at so
Right.
far.
That's what I mean. So,
You know, you know, for me, it's just paying for it, the bus and the hotel room, I guess, for a night.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like it would be a little expensive. But then again, you never know. You might.
Oh heck, I went to LA and back
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
for one day. Well, I stayed in LA for more than one day. I got there a few days before, and I
Yeah.
left. I think
gonna
the
say.
next day.
That's a long trip.
Was it smoggy?
No, not to me,
Cool.
anyways.
Hollywood would have you think LA is smoggy.
Mm-hmm. True.
Let's see maps. Do Google Maps here. Directions.
I'm sorry. Whew.
Miss Diana's tired.
I'm exhausted right now, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's almost where you guys live.
Yeah,
Little
no,
past
it's,
where
it's
you-
about a half hour from where we are. Half hour or so, something like that.
Yeah, he's really close.
Hmm. He doesn't live far from us
Well,
either.
it says driving by car it's like an 8-hour trip.
Hmm.
That sounds
Well,
about right.
But unfortunately, by transit,
Yeah.
it's about a 20-hour trip.
Oh wow. Could you do stops?
Yeah.
Well, plus buses are only allowed to go 30 miles an hour.
What?
Yeah, in Canada, they can't go faster than 30 miles an hour for safety reasons.
Christopher.
Where are you getting your false information?
Rick, I'm making it up as I go along.
He's making it up as he goes along. It's
Yeah.
what he always does. He's such a noodle head. I cannot believe you.
I had you going for half a second.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, it's closer to a 21-hour trip, which is ridiculous.
Obviously, they can drive up to 45 miles an hour in that time. Anyway,
I'm getting
there was a
tired.
time when the highway speed was 55. A lot of kids wouldn't know that today.
It's a
Their
3
highways
hours-
are 65 and up.
3-hour and 30-minute trip.
Yeah.
For plane.
Planes don't have to go on roads because they fly in the sky.
A 46-hour trip bicycling.
Wow, you could do it in 2 days?
I guess that's without stopping. Walking, it says 152 hours.
Wow. That's like a long time walking.
Mhm.
Yeah, Terry, that's true. If not a little more. I'm sure there are states that push 75 that I don't know about. Like that lone highway down in Texas. There's got to be one.
That's in July, right? July what?
It's actually August.
Oh, August. That might be
Yep.
even better.
Eric August?
Yeah, it's August. August 19th.
Yeah.
Is that in the summer?
Yep.
Before the winter?
You're so funny. Yeah.
But after spring?
Might have to come down. If I do that, I probably have to figure out a way to somewhere to stay for 2 days. Get down a day early and leave the day of.
How nice
Whatever.
do you like your accommodations?
When it's free, I don't care.
Yeah, there's all sorts of places though.
And actually, believe it or not, it's easier to go to there than to Athol.
Oh,
I
really?
believe that. Athol's a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
In fact,
It's
we have one hotel in the town next to us,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't think I'd ever. I don't know.
Would you say
I
it's
would
real?
stay there, but I don't know that I would put anybody else there. Although we have put people there because they needed a place to go.
Right.
And then there's like one place in Gardner that's like at least 4-star.
Would you
It's
say
like
the real?
What's that?
I was going to say, would you say the place is real? Athol?
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you get close to Leominster and Fitchburg, they have everything from 1-star to 4-star, I'm sure. There may even be a 5-star there, but I don't think so. I think the highest to go is 4.
Yeah.
Like 5-star, you'd have to be in Boston or Springfield, I would think.
Right.
Worcester.
I don't. As long as I know I'm not going to get robbed or anything, I don't really care the
No.
level or whatever of the place.
Right.
It's just I went, like I said, when I went down to LA, I stayed in a paid hostel. So it was like 15 or $20 for each night or something like
Right.
that, maybe. But you're in a dorm room, and I don't mind the dorm room, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, there's idiots in there that, I snore and I can be loud. My snoring, from what I know. They want to wake you up and tell you to stop snoring.
Of course.
Diana can sympathize though, because I don't know.
He
It's been
snores.
said that I snore a little bit. I don't know. I think all she has to do is bump me and I stop, but
So that really disturbed your sleep. So after that experience, I'm like, no, it's going to be a bit more expensive, but I'm going to get myself a hotel room or something like that.
Yeah. You're probably more comfortable too,
I was comfortable enough with the bunk bed and all that. That didn't bother me. I can sleep anywhere and be comfortable. It's just somebody waking me up to tell me I snore and to tell me to stop snoring. It's like
redundant. It's like waking a patient up to give him a sleeping pill.
It's like
I've had that
there's
happen.
nothing. There's
Right.
nothing I can do about that. Another friend of mine, John Dillard, he said that you can actually do something by sleeping on your stomach.
Yep.
Oh,
They
I
have
don't know.
different things you can try.
But
Listen,
I think that is more you just end up snoring into the pillow, so it gets
Oh.
muffled.
I gotta go to bed.
Diana,
I'm
I
following.
know what you're about to do.
Okay. What, honey?
You're gonna close the show.
I'm smiling about. I'm smiling. My eyes are tearing up.
Yeah. Well, we've been on about an hour and a half, not counting the
you know,
pre-show.
But I'm like, oh my God. And I've got to get up and work tomorrow too. Oof.
All right. So I got to go to bed too, only because I got to work in the morning.
Oh, you guys. Yeah.
We may have frozen ice everywhere. We don't know yet.
Yeah, it's supposed to be snow coming in with some freezing rain. Oh, yikes.
It's going to be a great week.
Well, it's March, so it won't last long.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging. So listen, guys, we're going to get going.
Rick, let
if
us
you're out
know
there-
if you decide to do the Plastic City, okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll let you know, honey.
$100 probably isn't that bad. I gotta actually pay for my Hamilton Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what's happening with this one on the March break.
Yeah.
But August is I can probably just pay out that $100 right away
Yeah.
this month or next month,
Okay.
and then I got time to get them figure out the bus down there.
Yeah. There you go. Well, that's
Okay,
good.
so
All right. Sorry, Chris. Chris is like,
check out the
"Shut up."
links in the subscription if you want to know what they're about. The pre-show is still in the beginning. There's links to everything, but particularly sign up for Man Guy Yushokin. And there's my dog saying hello.
Okay, who's killing your dog?